There's one thing to get clear. Ghana is thinking ahead for the creative future of the creative industry for their country and for all of the creators that currently exist in Ghana. A lot of people might be hesitant to accept that fact, but we can break it down. So you have the first layer, which is what most people are seeing about this exchange and this event. Ishowspeed doing his normal streaming shenanigans, if you will, in different parts of Africa, right? That's the entirety of the tour. You could look at it as that first layer of just tourism, right? It's the same as him going to New York, it's the same as him going to China, etc. But then you can peel back that second layer. Speed, Ishowspeed, or Derek Watkins, whatever you want to call him, he understands where his money comes from, where his capital comes from. That's the whole reason he has this persona. It's the whole reason he does these live streams. It's the whole reason he continues the seemingly up the ante on what he's willing and not willing to do in order to garnish those views, that viewership, the memberships, his subscriptions, his deals, things of that nature. So this Africa tour was a prime example of what all creators and where the creative industry is most likely shifting in the future to the global south. For a lot of people, a lot of Westerners, a lot of Americans, this was their first time ever seeing somewhat of a filtered view of Africa. Right in the West, you're shown, people live in huts. We're shown like a very narrow slice of the continent that is the global south. Now, you sort of get to unmask all of this for his viewers. Also, show like the amount of tourism that can come to these places. That's sort of the second layer. You can look at it, and then you have the third layer, which I will admit I was not. I was on second layer. I was on the layer two. I thought that yeah, this is going to boost tourism, but ultimately, how is this going to affect a country like Ghana, for example? How is this going to benefit Ghanaians? And I honestly didn't really put the pieces together until the news that broke out earlier today said that now Speed he's been given a Ghanaian passport, and there's a mixed reaction to that piece of knowledge. But I think personally, this is a genius play for the Ghanaian government because now you have one of the, if not the most popular youth streamers. You have the most popular youth streamer at this current time. You have him as a Ghanaian now. So you can integrate him into the Ghanaian creative industry, and he can also serve as a bridge to the historical diaspora, the people who live in the US, the creatives that live in the US. This sets a precedent of cross-border collaboration. This is a very big precedent that I don't think a lot of people are putting together. And you might be wondering, well, why would Speed what would ever make Speed, choose Ghana, for example, over the United States? Well, there are several bills in place right now, especially coming out of a senator in Ohio. You can look it up. It is a bill that basically states that you cannot hold two sets of citizenship at once. So if you were a Ghanaian American, you could only, if this bill were to pass, you would be forced to either disavow your Ghanaian citizenship and be fully an American citizen, or disavow your American citizenship and be fully a Ghanaian citizen. And we see how the United States, the West, is currently treating quote unquote illegal immigrants or immigrants in general. So this will push people to their country of origin, so to speak. And now, in Speed's case, if in the future America's creative industry, America's market, America's audience becomes not profitable, he can move to Ghana, or more like be slotted into Ghana, right? And slotted into Ghana's creative economy. This trip really showed me that while yes, there is room for a lot of nonsense, and I didn't watch all the streams, so I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I did. But I saw the benefits of what an event like this could be. The potential it could be if organized correctly, if cross-border collaboration was done correctly. Taking selfishness out of the equation as much as possible and making it an informative, reconstructive experience for people who are seeking to return back to the global south or have interest in the global south. I think we can do a lot more than barking at a camera, hoarding somebody, following somebody around in hordes of cameras, doing outrageous things to get reactions. I think we, as a people from the global south, we can do more and we will do more in the future. And so I think this was a good first step in the reunification of the historical diaspora creatives and the global south creatives that exist. So I do think that this is ultimately a step in the right direction, and in the future, God willing, every global Southern creative can travel across the continent to the continent and make content that promotes the lifestyle. I hope that this is looked at as the prelude to the cross-border collaboration between historical diasporans and people in the global south. And in the future, this sets the precedent where every creative can go across borders, spread tourism and equality amongst the regions, and promote the indigenous cultures that they have tried so hard to repress.